On an unusually cool evening in the middle of May, my doorbell rang just as I was cutting up the last of the okra. Well, now, surely it must be SallyJean. She was supposed to be here over an hour ago. And how'd I forget to leave that door unlocked anyway? Well, my hands were sticky from cutting up the okra, so I used my hand towel and opened up the door. SallyJean and I smiled and greeted each other, and she surprised me with a gallon of her famous sweet tea. Now, SallyJean and I have been friends since we were both 12 years old, and today we were cooking up all her favorites for her last meal. Well, every burner was fired up on the stove. We took turns tending to the summer squash, the fried okra, the green beans. We sliced up homegrown tomatoes, garden fresh cucumbers, and sweet Vidalia onions. The timer buzzed on the oven, and I pulled out buttermilk cornbread baked to perfection. Then I pulled a work of art in a Pyrex dish from my fridge. It was the sweetest banana pudding I'd ever made, topped with browned meringue. I know. Well, SallyJean was touched. Banana pudding been her favorite dessert for over 20 years, and we both sighed as we knew this was to be her last meal. Well, SallyJean squeezed in the juicy lemon wedges and poured the sweet tea. I spread out my best tablecloth on my dining room table and pulled out my best stoneware in true Southern style. We smiled and looked at each other. We talked and laughed, and I was so glad I could share this last meal with Sal. And with the clinking of our sweet tea glasses, we both had tears in our eyes. For you see, it was the end for SallyJean. Tomorrow, she'd begin her diet. I have a strict philosophy that I have stuck to for 15 years. There's no such thing as a natural beauty. Remember that, or we're all out of a job. You must live close by, within walking distance, I mean. I didn't see a car. You're over at Robeline's, right? Ruth Robeline. Now there's a story. She's a twisted, troubled soul. Her life's been an experiment in terror. Husband killed in Vietnam. I have to tell you, when it comes to suffering, she's right up there with Elizabeth Taylor. I restrict myself to the ladies of the neighborhood on Saturday mornings. Normally there'd be just 3, but today we've got Shelby Eatonton. Now she's not a regular, but she's the daughter of a regular. I have to do something special with her hair. She's getting married this afternoon. Now, how long have you been in town?